Hi, how are you doing? This is Tuesday Tips. Changing up a little bit, we're going to do 2 Tuesday tips every Tuesday. That's going to be our plan going forward. Today we're going to talk about the different credit scoring models, FICO versus Vantage and some of the others out there, and then also going to talk about the importance of credit cards and having some kind of credit, and talk about secured credit cards. So let's talk about credit scoring models first. A lot of people have Credit Karma these days, and a lot of people have the apps for their credit cards. In fact, my Chase Bank just showed that you can check your credit and check your credit scores there too. You gotta be careful. Some of these aren't always FICO scores. Some of them are what are called Vantage scores. Now, Vantage is competing pretty heavily right now with FICO, trying to come up with something that's very similar to FICO, changing the way they do things, trying to be more competitive, and really trying to break into the share that FICO has right now. Now, FICO really started it all back in the 60s with their credit scoring models, and it's still pretty much the law of the land when it comes to lending, especially with mortgage lending. When you go to get a mortgage loan, it's going to be a mortgage FICO credit score. Now, FICO has 49 different algorithms in order to compute a FICO credit score. There's over 100 different ways to compute a credit score, honestly, and Vantage is just one of those types of models that was really invented by the 3 credit bureaus to ultimately put FICO out of business, and that's what they're trying to do. There was a big lawsuit back in 2006 that kind of kept Vantage away, but they're still trying to break in to the overall credit market. But when you go to Credit Karma and a lot of these online sites, you're seeing a Vantage score. Now, this is not a FICO score, so you just have to be careful. The most definitive way to see exactly what your credit score is, let's say if you're trying to buy a home loan, is to have your mortgage professional pull a credit report. That's going to be the most accurate credit score that you see for a mortgage. But if you go get a mortgage credit report and then go down to apply for a car loan, it's going to be different. They're going to show different scores. Usually in the car industry, the FICO score that you see is what's called a beacon score, which Beacon is just a company that's come up with an algorithm that's under the FICO umbrella. But a lot of car dealers will call it a quote-unquote beacon score. So that's kind of just a little bit on different types of models. If you have any more questions about this, go check out my blog on elevatemyscores.com /blogs. And read through my blogs. I've got a lot of information, a lot of more information about the different types of models. Next, let's talk about secured credit cards, and just in general, the importance of having a credit card. So if you don't have a credit card, 30% of your overall credit score is just the balances you carry on your credit cards. By not having a credit card, you're missing out on the potential of 30% of your score. So if you don't have one and you have bad credit, it's like, well, how do I get credit? How do I establish credit when I don't have any credit or I have bad credit? Well, that's where a secured credit card comes in. Again, if you go to our website, there's information on how to get this, or you can always message us and we'll give you some more information about how to get secured credit cards. But a secured credit card is basically you're just putting a little bit of money down, say $200 to $300 in a secure deposit. Then they turn around and give you a $200 to $300 credit line that's on a credit card. It reports to the credit bureaus as a revolving account, just like any other type of revolving account. So it's going to help your credit score. Secure credit cards are usually pretty easy to get, but there are cases where your bank will actually turn you down when you apply for a secured credit card. But there are places that do these with no credit checks. So those are the ones we usually recommend if you have poor credit, and I haven't had a client yet get turned down from some of those. So if you have any questions about that, just email me. I'm Chris at elevatemyscores.com. If you need to do a free consultation, you can go fill out a form on our website, elevatemyscores.com. But pay attention on Tuesdays. We're going to do 2 tips every Tuesday going forward. Thanks, and God bless.